Miami Max, and then the challenge group.
Cool. Well, I know that's just
and then for Diamond, one of my friends said that she wants to order Shakeology again. She said she wants to do the coach. So if I sign her up under me, and then I transfer Elaine to Ken's account because she wanted to order, I'd just be a couple Success Club points away and a coach away from my goal for the month. So I still have 5 days. Mm-hmm. It might not happen by the 1st, but Diamond, but it'll be, my goal is June 1st. So I guess that's still my goal.
You'll get it. I have good feelings about it, but that's all.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I think it's just like getting really strategic and shifting my focus to, getting a big email at like just a couple like businessy type things I need to do differently. So
absolutely. I think you said that, like you hit the nail on the head, is you just vital behaviors, and then that becomes second nature. Like the Success Club points become second nature, like advancing rank, but then it starts to get strategic, like, which is kind of fun. It's like a different way to be just on your toes, and it's like a little chess game, and hopefully you're putting things in the best places, but it's all works out because you're helping people, and you're going to be, the more successful you are by the more people you help. But like you said, Erin, it is a strategic thing. And it's funny because for me, for my goals, I remember I have some colleagues that are like the 5 stars, and there may be, there's Erin and Erica. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they both are stopping teaching after this year because they've done so well. And if you don't follow them, I always say, get to know them. They're awesome. And I hope that you guys can all meet them sometime soon. But they're like, oh my gosh, Maria, you need to be 2-star by May 21st, because then you get to go on stage, and then you get to go to parties, and then you can earn your first bonus as 2-star. And I was like, okay, we'll see. I know what I can control, and for the most part, I could kind of do a lot with Dwight. But it was, I've stayed on Maggie, and I've encouraged Erin and Jessica and everybody for this whole time. I've not. And it was crazy though, because Maggie, I touched base with you guys. Wasn't it on the 20th or like the 19th, Erin? Like, hey, where are you guys on Diamond, just in case? And then Maggie was like, yeah, I should have one more by today. And it was the 20th. So she literally qualified for Diamond, or became Diamond, like the last day I could have possibly qualified for like all this really cool stuff. So right now I'm in this holding position, which they say is like qualifying. So essentially I'm 2-star Diamond, but I have to you have to stay active for 6 weeks. So you have to like hold it for 6 weeks. It's not like you can just leave it and then like, oh, whatever, I'm cool, to earn that first bonus. So I'm kind of in a hold moment now, but I don't think I'll be holding because I know Erin is going to be there soon and all that. So close.
Yeah, it's exciting. I feel like the whole team is all like on a roll, and I don't know, it's contagious. Like everyone's successes is exciting, and I think it all feeds off of each other. So,
I feel like that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Who are those people you were talking about? That
the people
you were said to.
Erin Young.
Yeah, Erin Young and Erica Buzzard. And so Erin's under Julie and Erica's under Erin. But yeah, they're really great girls, and they've helped me a lot. It's kind of like how you guys, Valerie, you and Melanie, and like Caitlin, you and like Steve and Chris and all that. It's kind of at that, like I've had Julie as a mentor, but she's gotten so, like sometimes you're going to have a coach that's going to be hard to reach and hard to, it might be hard for me to remind Erin to qualify at this time because, I don't even know maybe, or I don't even realize how important it might be. But somebody in your similar position, like Erin and Jessica and Maggie, might all be in the same boat. And so them talking to each other, that helps them be aware of important steps in that stage. So it's nice to surround yourself with people that are in similar pockets that you are, just so you can look out for each other and like the next exciting thing. So yeah, we'll see. Gotta hold on to it. And I asked Julie, I was like, how do you keep your coaches at that level, like how do you start managing people without micromanaging? And that's just a term I think of when I think of like my corporate job. How do you not micromanage? Because obviously everybody wants to do well, but they might not care if you're 2-star diamond besides making you happy. So I'm trying to get advice from that on her, and she's just, you just got to continue that excitement and that momentum and just keep doing what you're doing, but also kind of just stay on them. Like that's kind of your job, is to keep encouraging them and be strategic on who you're spending your time with. So there's times where your energy is going to shift with different coaches and things like that. And that's, I think, just part of that next level. But yeah, so exciting stuff. It sounds like we're all doing really well. I'm really proud of everybody. And I didn't have anything specific except for just wrapping up. I know it was a holiday weekend. Is anybody encountering anything that we wanted to like brainstorm on?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So the people that you get with the Success Club program and whatnot, usually they're only signing up for club memberships and whatnot. And how often do you guys keep re-emailing them and keeping in touch with them? Like how much is too much and how much is too little, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Are you talking about your leads?
Yeah. Because I mean, some of them are ordering and some of them kind of email back and forth, but then I have some that don't talk really at all. How much do you keep in touch with those ones that aren't really saying anything to you, but they're there?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you guys should. It's kind of like the same principle. I think it's like a Beachbody principles, work with the willing, but there's people that email me back and participate in challenge groups, and that's rare. I feel like that's a unicorn. And then the rest, like my kind of rule is twice. Like I'll reach out one time and then follow up again. And then anything after that's kind of aggressive, I think, if I've never met them. Yeah. What about you guys? What do you think? Anybody? Aaron, have you been?
That sounds like it. I've never had a lead before, and this is my first time. I mean, well, I do have I have a question, but we'll answer Caitlin's first. But no, I think 2 sounds like a decent.
Yeah, and say if it's like so say it's somebody who keeps ordering, they're just like, but they don't have the don't contact or anything. I would try maybe like 3 times and just try different ways. Like the Beachbody site, you can actually email them through your Beachbody. You can email them personally. There are some different like tips out there on the most, like there is literally a success subject line. Like there's a more successful subject line because it doesn't look like spam. So I wish I knew, but yeah, there's some research that people put into it. And I think that there was literally like a whole speech at Summit about that, like how to convert those people to actual customers. So it's kind of a science. But yeah, that's my advice. Cool. Valerie, what's up with you?
So in order to get leads, you have to be Emerald, but there is a new rule in April, right? That if you have to reach SC5 and be Emerald in order to get leads. Is that correct? Because they're just getting a huge number of coaches, and the leads need to, basically they didn't have enough leads for the number of coaches that were at Emerald. Is that? Because I'm getting conflicting stories. I've talked to Jessica, and I myself have done some research, and I'm trying.
Success Club 5 to get leads. It's Success Club 10 to get Success Club points from those leads.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And I think it's just part of it. Maybe is just there's more coaches, but I think it's also that it shows they're saying yes, you can hit Emerald, but you can be you can be an active Emerald, but not working the business. The way I looked at it was like, oh, you're incentivized. They'd rather give it to someone who's working the business. Right. I think that's kind of the way. Because I thought, well, even if they have way more Emeralds, it's just saying, well, we'd rather have them go to someone that's working with people on a regular basis. They have those Success Club points to show it.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
True. Like giving them actual coaches that are coaching. Awesome. Let me think. What else is going on? Any strategic things we're going to do this week? I mean, I keep talking about Memorial Day, but I guarantee you people indulged. I'm already seeing like the cleanses out there. And I always go back and forth because I'm somebody who tends to not want to be extreme and like go on a cleanse because I try not to do that myself, but I know that there's a pocket of people that are going through that. But is anyone going to tap into that post-holiday post, I guess?
I thought about it. Yes. I don't know exactly how I'm going to address it because I don't want to come across as being a salesperson, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You could tie it into your challenge group. Like, talk about, hey, our challenge group started and thought, you know, you still have a chance to get in by Friday or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, maybe, I don't know, you could incorporate it into that too.
Okay.
That's my plan.
I'm also,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. All right.
I'm trying to revamp how I do my posts. When I first started out, I was kind of like, you know, I'm a Beachbody coach. Now, I can't really say I was like, "Ooh, come to me for all of your fitness needs." I wasn't like that necessarily, but I've been posting my workouts and things like that. But I'm trying to find my most comfortable way to get my message across to people, and I've been posting a lot more creative posts, I guess, and more personal, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I'm just trying to be more personal
Yeah.
with my posts. And I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to revamp things a little bit so people look at me as a person to go idea what I'm trying to talk about. But I do in my mind, but I just can't relay it.
Yeah, I think I love your phone. I love the fun stuff you've been doing. And I will say that, like sometimes I'll just post like, da-da-da, exclamation point, boom, you know, but the more I like tell a story or almost everything I post is like a little bit of a before and after, even just in the way that I talk about it, not a before and after picture. It's like, this is what I think and this is what you think. And then this is what I'm trying to, you know, blah, blah, this, then this. So, I would say that works really well. Like I definitely always put a lot of thought in my posts and the ones that I put the most thought into and still press play, not sitting there for hours, but I give a genuine from my heart post. There's times where I'm not inspired and I post something just to stay consistent for sure. Like there's days like that, but, I think that's fair. As long as you're still posting and you know you're going to post no matter what, it's a non-negotiable, the more you can dig deep into your heart. I mean, it sounds corny, but it really does work. So that's good. Good.
Yeah, just be you. Just keep being you.
Totally.
Kind of a quirky person. I'm silly. So that's what I've been trying, and I don't know if it's going to work, but I've had a lot of receptive, likes on my being weirdo posts. So I don't know if that's just them liking me being me and the goofy person that I am, or my message that I'm trying to get through to them. So I don't know.
That's good. I like it. I think that's good. It's a good movement forward. Cool. I wish I had more. Sorry, guys. I feel like it's like only 4 people. We don't know what to talk about. We're all just doing awesome. There's not much to talk about.
I need to get, well, I can't say it. Well, I do need to get to SC5 because that was part of my goal once I got to Emerald. I wanted to be SC5, but I'm at 4 right now and I don't know exactly how to get there. I do, and I'm doing it, but I'm just not getting any traction. Nobody is communicating with me that they need me. So.
Gotcha. Well, Caitlin and Aaron, have you guys been doing anything that works for you to generate those interests? Clearly you post, but like keeping people engaged, whether it's, like for me, it's messaging people or doing the whole I do the little game where I go through my feed and I do go around and like and comment on things to, make people know that I care. Like when people post on my stuff, I notice, like, especially if I think that they're a cool person, like I notice when they're engaged with me.
Sure.
You guys.
Yeah. I know I watch a lot of people that'll click, like you said, there's people when you're putting stuff out there, when they're clicking like, they're not always saying something, but I notice it. And, after a little while, after so many likes, I'll kind of just, private message them and be like, hey, just throwing this out there. I'm not making, you don't have to be obligated to do anything, but I just want to check with you. You've been clicking like a lot. Is this something you'd be interested in? So I do a lot of that. And a lot of times I'll be like, oh yeah, but they might not jump on right away. So I always touch base with them again every month just to see I just keep retouching back with the people that have reached out to me or the ones that have done the liking. And even at the grocery store the other day when I was getting my extracts, some lady, she's like, what are you buying this for? And I'm like, oh, it was for Shakeology. And she's like, really? What's that? And I told her, and she's like, I would love a shake like that. So then at that point, I gave her my website and gave her my Facebook page, and you never know, it might turn into something eventually.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like that. I think that too. I don't know what it is about the visualization thing, but something that I find since going through the Smart Success, I know I talk about it a lot, but writing it out, like seeing it every day and thinking about it, you talk about it more, and it's like, I don't know. I think I talk about it a lot more to people in person. Therefore, I'm more comfortable talking about it online too. I don't know. It just seemed like that was a really big shift for me as far as like hitting Success Club every month this year. I just seeing it and like making little check marks on my board, and I don't know, it makes a big difference for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think I used to really compartmentalize. I used to like hate if someone would ask me about it at work, and now I kind of just live and breathe it. And people, we had this big Angie's List. We build these soapbox derby cars. It's a tradition. And we did it on Friday. And normally, and it's, the company's huge now. Like it started off a little smaller. We used to be able to do it on the actual campus of Angie's List. And now we actually go to a soapbox hill, like an actual hill, which is crazy. It was really fun because I was like walking around, and this is horrible because I had people on Facebook all the time, and people like, hey, how are you? And all this stuff. I'm like, so good. How are you? Like I don't even remember, but it makes me really want to be more aware, but in a good way, that I had to remember all the people that I've reached out to, and I made those connections to where they feel like they know me when I walk into a crowd, and and that will come if it's not going on already, and that just comes with like repetition. But I was like walking down the stairs, and someone's like the lettuce, and I don't even know who said it, and it's just cool, so you're gonna get to a point where people are gonna reach out to you left and right once you get to that point. But it's kind of like that call again, like pushing up that boulder. And some months are like that. For probably the biggest of, like, Shailene Johnson goes on her Twitter and retweets people and messages them back because she knows she's got to keep people engaged. So that never stops, but it does get easier. Cool. Well, anything else? Everybody got any big plans for June besides everything Beachbody?
I'm off for the summer, so I'm going to hit it hard.
Awesome.
After this week, I only have 4 more days of work, and then I'm off till mid-August.
So jealous.
Oh, yeah.
I know, that sounds amazing.
It is pretty amazing, I'm not going to lie.
I'm begging for winter time already.
Oh, is winter when it slows down, Caitlin?
I get the winters off, so that's why I'm like, oh, you teachers, you get the fun months off. I get the snow.
Yeah, exactly.
Just gotta visit Aaron and go, well, you guys probably have your share of slopes and stuff. Do you guys do anything in the winter, Caitlin? Like anything fun? Since there's so much snow there now.
Yeah.
Like Indiana.
We just enjoy being home. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Enjoy Mom getting to be home and not having to run like a mad woman all over with her crazy 9 to 5.
Yeah. How's that been? Has that been a little bit more manageable, or it is what you're just adjusting your perspective maybe?
I think what makes it tougher now is I see how much more I enjoy doing this. Mm-hmm. I find so much more passion out of it. And, it's a little bit more rewarding. You're helping somebody with landscaping. I mean, some people get excited that they have a cool backyard, or they have a cool oasis. They've got a pond in their backyard now. And other people are like, oh, that boulder's in the wrong spot. And that's all they can focus on. So I think, I don't know, it's just a little bit more rewarding with all this. So I'd love to get to the point where eventually I could make this what I do.
I'm with you.
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
It will be.
It's gonna happen, guys. Just
Yep.
keep on keeping on.
Oh, yeah.
I can feel it.
I was telling Marie, and I find that because as much as I love teaching, I love my kids. To be honest, parents drive teachers nuts
Right.
because they're just let me do my
They're
job.
crazy.
You know, oh, absolutely. And it just puts a headache, on everything. And groups. It's a new program that the federal government has actually implemented. It's not new. I was the first one, like 6 years ago is when they started it. It's called Response to Intervention. And I see kids that struggle with reading and math, but I see them in small groups, and I focus on their specific needs and then they don't qualify for special ed. So I'm kind of like the stepping stone to special ed for a lot of my kids. And I have to test, which I hate doing because I think we over assess our kids anyway.
Mhm.
But in order to qualify them, they have to go through me. And the state has just piled on so much crap hoops that we just have to jump through, and it's just too much. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it drives me nuts. As much as I love teaching, it's absolutely fantastic.
And you'll still the two teachers that are, again, if you get acquainted with them, the two teachers that are quitting, it's not that they don't love their kids. They're actually phenomenal teachers. Very clearly it's correlated with how talented they are as coaches, because teaching, coaching, I mean, they're the ones that have like the spreadsheets down and the systems, and they're just like, they are, I love it. But it's something, I think it's just interesting, whatever is not, when you don't have total ownership over something, you can't, yes, we love what we do and we're providing health and happiness, and it's something that we really value, which I think is important. And then there's two, it's just like being able to pick who you work with and being able to set your own hours. And, even if you're working harder than you've ever worked any other job, you're in charge. And there's just, that's, I think, I'm glad you guys want that. And that's, I think, the difference between somebody who doesn't really see themselves in this, maybe they don't understand the benefits of it. But if you do see that and feel that, I mean, that's a motivating driving force. I'm definitely in that boat for sure. And Caitlin, if you ever need any help, I've been through that where it's like nails on a chalkboard. It's like you feel itchy at your day job because you love this so much. And clearly I'm still at my day job, but it was definitely a shift in perspective. It's like just eventually still having that same passion for what you're doing here, but almost like settling with what that serves as. It's like it's just it's the forum for which I pay bills now and meet people and keep my work ethic and get gratitude for like the shitty things. Cause like there's going to be shitty things that happen with coaches canceling or people you thought were cool and then they're not cool, So I look at it like it's a constant like training ground. And sales is perfect. That's perfect.
It is. There is no cookie cutter way to anything with sales ever. Nope.
Yep. It toughens you up. If you ever want to, I almost think,
it does. You literally, nothing hurts your feelings anymore at all. People are very blunt in sales. They don't feel bad for you at all.
Because you're a salesperson and we're scummy.
Oh, yeah. And I'm right there through the whole sale, face to face. It's fantastic. Sometimes I do really. There's moments where it's absolutely awesome, but then there's just those few people that you're going to meet and that you're going to deal with that I sometimes feel are heartless. But it's 11 years. You get kind of used to it. It's just some days it still feels crappy.
Yeah, I feel ya. It's like they always say, it's like a soul-sucking business, but that's what we'll be out of it eventually. Or, that's why most people do that and they get into management, or it's almost like being like a server your whole life. Like I've been a lifelong salesperson and they just look a little rough around the edges, but, but it's all good. Cool. Was there anything else? I actually forgot. I have that long Zoom. I have the upgraded accounts. That's why we're going nice and long, but is there anything? It's 9:40 or We've been like 50 minutes. Anything else for anybody?
Nope, I don't think so.
All right. Well, thanks, girls. I know it was a weird day and all that, but I appreciate you guys chiming in. It's always good to connect.
Definitely. Thank you so
Awesome,
much.
thanks.
All right.
Thank
girls.
you.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.